My name is Tony Fitzgeralds Menswear in Waterford, Wexford and Clonmel. We own 9 different shops, mostly 2 in each town, and we cover the whole spectrum of menswear, from the young end of it, through fashion, through slightly conservative, to suits and the rest for business, etc. Well, I suppose you could say with the Bank of Ireland that there's been 3 storms in our lives. The first storm is the one, and you look for shelter, and it was Bank of Ireland financed us from absolutely nothing to a rented business, and from there we progressed. I always had the belief that you must own your own business, because ultimately you really are paying for landlords. The business progressed. My father died when I was 29, and I took over the business and immediately started to expand. But the reason I expanded was with the help of Bank of Ireland, with a man called Mr. Teskey, who trusted me without collateral, and we bought a shop in Clonmel, which was quite big and quite extensive, and has been hugely successful. And with that success, a few years later, we opened in Wexford, and these are strong towns and big enough to be able to carry our type of business and specialisation in menswear. And from there we went into a younger facet called Heroes, and that's very high fashion, now reasonable, wasn't so reasonable in the old days, but things have changed and we cut our cloth literally to our measure. The other move then, and these were all purchasing of properties under that, and then we went into Jack and Jones shops. Now, Jack and Jones is a very good franchise in that you don't have to pay them anything, but you're obliged to buy their stock as we see it. But nothing is foisted upon you or forced on you. And it trades very successfully in the short time where money is not very available to the more senior gentlemen. Young people seem to have it, and they will always spend it on clothing. And that becomes very successful for us and has sustained our other part of our business. These days, with recessions and storms of recessions, the more expensive men's clothing weakens that bit, and that suffered. But it's been supported by our younger men's shops, which are highly successful. I was president of the Chamber of Commerce quite a long time ago. I was only about 30 when I was president, and I don't know why they made me president, because I'm not the stuff of presidents. But I remember going into my secretary, who was a man of 75. I thought 75 at that stage was absolutely ancient. And I walked in and I said to him, well, Christy, the country is bunched. And it looked like it was bunched. It was worse, honestly, it was worse than that. The only thing we had in Waterford at that time was Waterford Crystal, and we were so lucky. And he says, no, Tony, he says, you're wrong. And I said, well, I tell you, Christy, I'm right. And I was walking out the door and he said, Tony, come back till I tell you something. And he said, I've been in industry all my life, in small companies. The MD of small companies. It goes up, it goes down. It goes up, it never stays level. It'll be going one way or the other, but it always comes back. And my last words to him was, Christy, it will never come back this time. We're in a better position now than we were then. We've got knowledge, we've got IT, we've got things that can make us and break us. Not break us, make us and bring us into the future. Really, and we're smarter than a lot of people in Europe. And I tell you, I think we've got better acumen at dealing with people in this country than anybody else. Because I deal with people through Germany, Italy, I buy my stocks there. And I think they've got a way about them, the Irish people, of making it happen. And okay, things have gone kind of crazy. But I firmly believe, and I have no doubt in the world, that this will come to fruition and be productive again. And maybe it's not about digging ditches anymore, and maybe it's not about putting up pylons, but I think it'll be about the smart people that we've got. And they're gone away now, and they're gone for a while, and they always come back, because this is a nice place to be. Even though it rains a lot of the time, they'll want to be back, and when they come back, they'll bring knowledge with them.